again from Sue's Dolbrodmaeth garden today, and it's the 8th of June 2024 and it's nearly 11 o'clock. I'm out really late today, should have come out earlier. I've got to clean the chickens out today. Oh, I just noticed that some of those, I'm just by the no dig garden, and I've just noticed that some of the red currants that were going red have been eaten. So even though I've got this net on them, I might need to cover them up with the fleece like I did last time, just to protect them so the birds don't eat all the red currants. Anyway, there's loads of red currants. They're just stealing the food. I've just come out and filled up the feeder, and the birds, I just saw one going in the bucket that I've left on the floor, so I haven't been round to feed the chickens yet. I've got to go and do that first before I get engrossed in any gardening. I am actually going to do some trimming today, but I also still need to carry on putting in these plants, and it has actually rained, so it might be better to put the plants in when the soil is wet rather than completely bone dry, which it was. So anyway, it's looking all right what I'd put in yesterday. We're just over here are all looking okay. The petunias are flagging a little bit, but they'll be fine. But the foxgloves are all right back there, and the sweet peas look all right along here. So we're going to continue putting in the foxgloves in this side today. Keep that foxglove there company. But these are cultivated foxgloves. That's a wild foxglove. That's the difference. There's a big difference between cultivated and wild, because cultivated are all different colours. And then we're going to put in our hydrangea here. I just must mention the weather. It is absolutely freezing, by the way. The actual air temperature is really, really cold. It feels like winter time today. I'll be surprised if we have any plants that are going to be happy flowering, because there's no sun, absolutely no sun, and freezing. It's really, really cold. I've gone back to wearing my coat and wearing a jumper. Like, I've got 2 jumpers on, 2 tops on, and a coat. I mean, ridiculous. It's June. Oh, anyway, rant over. We need to sort this bed out today as well. Yeah, we must get that beetroot out today and sort out the leeks, because they look like they want a flower actually. Anyway, we need to sort those out. Yeah, and we need to take these plants out of this bucket here. They're not looking very happy at all. This one here, I think there's too many in there now. Let's just pop into the polytunnel. I was looking up what to do with the lemon balm and also the comfrey. So you can make comfrey root ointment, which would be good for gout actually. I said that to Simon, so I'm going to have to go and dig up some comfrey root, and you sort of make a paste with it. So I'm going to do that for the comfrey for Simon's gout. Anyway, look at my tomatoes. I also, this morning, this is all while I'm in bed by the way, before I got out of bed, I uploaded a video from the 30th of May and then the 31st, just a little bit of the 31st, mainly the 30th, and I looked up the tomatoes. So we do have determinate tomatoes and indeterminate tomatoes. The determinate tomatoes means that they grow to a certain size and that's it. Indeterminate tomatoes will just keep on growing until you pinch out the top. So the big tomatoes, which are the Gardener's Delight, are they? Yeah, the Gardener's Delight. These are the indeterminate tomatoes, which will just keep growing and growing and growing. And you only take, so what I've done is I've taken off the lower leaves, which is great, but you don't have to do anything else. Oh, then you have to take out the suckers from each side as they grow, and that's what you do with them. This is what I've been reading. The determinate tomatoes, which are this side, which are the Pomodoro, which are like a sauce tomato, apparently I was reading. They're little tomatoes. Oh yeah, that's it. You can take, look, we've already got got some tomatoes here, so you don't have to do anything with these. You can take off the lower leaves, but then as these grow, don't take off any more of the leaves, because each set of leaves can form a truss of tomatoes, apparently. This is what I've been reading. And these ones are bush, so they're sort of long cordon, grow up things. These are bush tomatoes, so they're going to get quite bushy, and I reckon we're not going to be able to walk through here. And that tomato there is massive. Look at the size of that one. And I have staked them, and I will stake them because I will train them, even though they're bush tomatoes. I will still train them, and so that's interesting. So we need to water them. They're really getting a bit dry in there, so we better water those today. In fact, we need to water everything in the polytunnel today. The night scented stock over there, yeah, it looks like we need to put them on. Yeah, and look, that's my lemon balm. It's drying. Let's see how it's doing. Oh, it's got quite a way to go before it's dry. Might have to turn it over. But it will dry in here because it does get really hot in here. And it's nice place to dry things, so we'll just leave it there. Borage is coming on well. Look. Oh, that smells amazing. I just disturbed the lemon balm on the table. Absolutely smells gorgeous. So we're going to make some lemon balm ointment with that. So what I was planning on doing with that, because you can use fresh lemon balm, but I'm going to grind that, and then I'll decide what I'm doing with it. But that's what we're going to do anyway. And also I like collecting the marigold flowers, so I will have to collect them before they go over, and it will encourage more flowers, but I will leave as many as I can. But if you look, they're so pretty. But I do like making marigold oil. I still have a jar of marigold oil, but I might make some for my children this year, and it's good for your skin. Anyway, so I'm going to do that. Anyway, let's get on, because I've really got a lot to do, and we need to do some trimming today. But I thought I'd tell you about the tomatoes. This is what I've been learning today, because I have grown tomatoes for many years, but I think I've been doing it wrong. So I think I've been taking out the shoots on these tomatoes, and I shouldn't have been. Or the other tomatoes. No, them tomatoes. I shouldn't be taking the shoots out of them tomatoes, and I have been. So yeah, I think I may have got the labels wrong way round. I don't know. Anyway, oh no, I haven't. No, stop it, Sue. Anyway, let's go and see to the chickens. I've got to clean them out now. Okay, bye. Right, it is now 2:30. I haven't actually done much. I was doing the chickens this morning, and then I got waylaid because I could only do one of the houses because there was a roosting hen. I managed to get 5 eggs today though, so that's pretty good. But yeah, so she was in the house, so I couldn't go in there and do that. So I came outside and I put the chicken poo that I did manage to get from the other house, which is all dried up, and it's like makes really good pellets, and you just sprinkle it around your brassicas. So I just want to show you that. So at the moment these brassicas are uncovered, so before I cover them up again, I'm going to give them a really good water. But what I want to do first is just also weed where the onions are, so I'm going to do that, and then I will give this whole area a really good drink, and then I'll show you what I just did earlier today, this morning, is I opened this up and I've now sprinkled all the manure pellets, like the poo, dried poo that's in the bottom of their house, and I collected all the chicken manure, and I sprinkled it all around these brassicas here. And obviously there was a little bit of bedding and stuff, but there's no grain in there. So there's no grain because inside their coops where they sleep, I do not have any food in there. So it's literally just whatever bedding is on the floor and the poo. So there's no food in there. And the reason why I do that is because I don't want to attract rats into where they sleep. So we don't let no food inside their sleeping quarters. So I've put all chicken manure all around these beds now. So what I want to do now, oh, and this is the bedding from the actual inside the stable bit where I swept it all up, and that does have some grain and stuff in it. So that's in there. So if the pheasants come over and peck at it, well, that's what happens. But anyway, so I put all their bedding on these beds. So there's some asparagus there. You can actually see it growing now in amongst the cosmos. So I will give these a good drink as well, and give these a good drink. I need to get the rake because I'll make my grass go all weird. But over here I've decided to bring out, you know, those wildlife attracting flowers which are in there. I can't see many wildflowers growing in here, which is what's supposed to be in here, but I can't see many in there. So I'm going to actually plant these flowers in there. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to plant them in this bed here, and try and dig out as much as the dock leaves as I can possibly see in there. So that's what we're going to do. So right now what we're going to do is we're going to just weed this onion bed here, and then we'll cover this all back up once I've given it a drink. Okay, right, it's 8 minutes past 6 now. So I went in, had a break, and what I've done now is come back out. Oops. Oh, what's going on with that? Stand up. And yeah, as you can see here, I've done all my onions. I said I wanted to do all my onions today, so I've tidied up all the onions. The only thing I left in was a little daisy. So we're not covering up the onions, that's how they're staying now. But they are forming onions, which is really good. And over here I noticed we got Brussels sprouts. So I cut out the top of this, didn't I? But look, if you look here, and you see, these are actually Brussels sprout plants. And I've cut out both the tops because they were getting too big for the thing. And I think this is Brussels sprouts plant as well. This one's not got any on it yet, but anyway, I've put the 2 all year round cauliflowers here. I think some of these might be cauliflower, and others are like broccoli and stuff. So I've fed all this bed today, so we're going to give it a water and cover it back up again. So that's what we're going to do. But also what I did a little while ago before I went in, I tidied up this bed here because it had a lot of dock leaves growing in it. So I probably pulled out some of the wild flowers, but I've tried to save as many as I can. So I know that most of these are wildflowers like poppies and things. And I'm going to put in 3 lupins, and then I'm going to put in some of these in here. Just a few, not many, because there's going to be a lot of flowers in there by the looks of it. But I can see there's sort of like a bit of a gap there. I'll just put probably 3 in here. I think it's the cosmos we're going to put in. And then I brought round the lobelia and alyssum, because that is going to go in this bed round the pond, and then we'll put in a couple of these in this bed, and then so that's what we're going to do. And then I also want to probably tomorrow tidy up this bed with the comfrey in it. So looks like we might have to give the comfrey a haircut. And also the stock needs to cut, and we can put the night scented stock in here then, because it's looking a bit jungly now. And I do have a few shrubs in there, but you can't actually see them right now. So I think we're going to have to do a bit of tidying up here. That's what we're going to have to do. I know it looks pretty, but these flowers are going over a bit now. But saying that, I can still see bees going on the... Well, you know, the comfrey flowers. The comfrey flowers are over. I'm sure if I cut them, they will come back again. I'm sure they do, comfrey. Anyway, there's loads of flowers in here, so we've got these wonderful oxide daisies that are mental the way they grow. Absolutely mental. But anyway, these teasels. This one is massive. It is absolutely huge now. I think it's about 7 foot tall. It's getting teasels on the top. You can see that. Look at it, it's huge. We've got some more teasels coming here, and there's some here. Oh wow, I can't wait for that to come out. I'm hoping that the bees like that. Look at her teasels, they're massive. They are really lovely plants, aren't they? I grew these from seed. I never ever thought they were going to grow. And I have another one inside the polytunnel, a little baby one. So I will plant that one out as well. Oh, did you see that? Oh look, 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 look. I can't get it, it's getting a drink. I think it's a house mine. It was swooping down. It's either getting the drink or getting the bugs off the top of the water. Well, in the pond. Oh, how lovely. Anyway, we're going to get on and do some work now because time is marching on. Oh, I can't bother to go and get the rake now, so I need to get the rake tomorrow to do all this clearing up. And I think we're going to do some trimming tomorrow around here. But I want to do some trimming now over there. It's getting a bit jungly, so I wanted to trim that. So I will do that before I go in today. But firstly, we're going to plant this up with some flowers, and then whatever's left is going to go in this side of the garden anyway. Obviously not in those beds because I'm not using those at this time. They're just being left fallow this year. I think that's the word. And that one with the crimson clover, you see with the crimson clover, you just leave it and you chop it into the soil. It is actually a green manure, which is why I planted it in here. I still have a couple more which I need to bring in and put in here. But look at them, aren't they beautiful? I mean, look at these. What beautiful flowers are they? They're amazing. Oh, let's take some photos of those. But they're lovely. So they're crimson clover. Wow. We need to plant some in here next year. So this is the mess that I had up on near the stable. It's just sort of like a bit of mishmash of old manure and stuff from the chickens. Anyway, let's get on and do this. Our potatoes are looking alright, but we've got massive gaps where a lot of them didn't grow. But the ones that are growing do look healthy, and they're taking so long this year. I've never known potatoes take so long to grow. But it just goes to show the weather has been really bad. That's why the weather's been really bad. Really cold. I'm surprised we've got any flowers growing in the garden at all. So, oh yeah, we want to put some manure on these courgettes. I haven't done the other chicken house because the chickens were, one of the girls was feeling a bit broody, and she was sitting in the cage in the house for so long that I gave up, thinking I was going to do that today. So I will do it first thing tomorrow before she gets a chance to go back in. I will beat her to it, and I will go and get some chicken manure and put it around these courgettes, and that should be alright. They should be quite happy with that. I've just got to try and keep the weeds at bay. So when I see them growing, because this is only shallow, this stuff, and it's only, I'll just pull them out when I see them growing near the courgettes and just place them back on the grass. That's it. So I'm trying to make my gardening as easy as possible. That's why I mulch all my beds, so it stops the weeds from growing, and it mulches the soil, makes it less concrete like. And I've done this one, I've done these today as well with the manure. Well, this hasn't actually got much manure in it, I don't think. Probably a bit. But I'm going to wet it so it doesn't fly off if it starts getting really windy again. We might put a bit of... Yeah, but the onions seem to be bulking up quite well, so I don't think I'll interfere with the onions. I think we'll just leave those. I might put some onions. I've got some baby onions in this bed here with the strawberries, because the strawberries will go over and the onions will go on into the autumn. Oh my God, look at these dock leaves. Every time I turn round, they're there. Sorry, I need to pull them out when I see them. Trying to disguise themselves as strawberry plants. No, you're not. I can see that you're not. So what I do is, whenever I see a weed, I just pull it out and lay it on the top, like so. It's hard to get rid of dock leaf roots. I just pull them out. But there's loads of strawberries in there. So I'm hoping they all come to fruition and don't get eaten before we have a chance to pick them. But we'll see. And these are doing all right. I put my garlic in the freezer, by the way. The ones I've got out of here. Oh, I need to straighten that up. That's annoying me. Because even though it's not being used as a thing, I don't want it leaning over. So I have to go and get a bit of rock and put it in there. Anyway, well, let's get on and finish this job. So we're going to water this and cover it up. Well, actually, we're going to water the whole thing. So I'm not going to get the water until I've put the flowers round here. And then I'll get the hose and we'll water the whole thing. And then we'll cover up the brassicas again. Okay, bye. And I've put the stones back round. So I put lupins in. So there's 3 lupins in there. And I put 1, 2, 3, 4 lots of cosmos to fill in the gaps. They're probably going to hate it round here because it's quite windy. And I've left the rest of the plants here. So these were the ones I was going to put on. I still might put them on, but I'm trying to take out the bigger ones at the moment and put them straight in the ground. I have hardened them off. These are Californian poppies down this end. So I'm just trying to put some flowers in here. I seem to have filled it up enough at the moment. And then we're going to put in those 2 lots of flowers over here tomorrow. So we've got our lobelia and alyssum, and we'll probably put in some of these as well. But we also need to tidy up this bed and go and get the night scented stock. So we're going to do that. So what we need to do now is just water and then cover up our brassicas. Okay, bye. 7 in the evening. I've run out of strimming twine, so we can't do any more. So we were doing some strimming. So I've watered all these beds. I watered this and I watered that. Watered my brassicas, covered them back up again. Apart from them 2, what I said. So they're all watered in there. Watered, not that one at the back, I didn't quite reach that one. Watered this one, watered this one. Watered the little one we just done the flowers in. Watered the strawberries. And I watered the flowers that I brought round to put out tomorrow. And then I done some strimming for less than half an hour, I think. But I done a lot. I done all the way along the wall in less than half an hour. So I wanted to do this bit over here today. So I just about managed to get to where I started on the other side the other day. So I managed to trim this. I've got all big massive stony mixture. I need to get it out. So if you see here, I trimmed all right near the wall. See? You see that? Right next to the wall. So I trimmed all that, and I trimmed all the weeds in the beds. So we're going to put some earth in there, and we're going to put some flowers in there as soon as possible. We're going to trim the back bit tomorrow as well. And then we're going to come to the front here and trim all this. But as you can see, I've trimmed it all along there, all the way down. And I've trimmed the weeds out. Not sure what that is there. I'm sure it's something I planted last year. Not that, that is a weed. But this thing. So I'm leaving that. Yeah, as I said, the wallflowers didn't do very well. But we're going to leave them. And we're just going to plant some more wallflowers in. So tomorrow, strimming jobs. Carry on strimming through here. But I want to do the back bit first. I want to do near the walls, both sides, to keep the weeds at bay. and this bit definitely needs sorting out tomorrow because it's very weedy over here. And then when the guys come on Monday, they'll be able to see that we are caring about our garden, so they're less likely to make a mess and do stuff they're not supposed to. Anyway, look at the massive pile of slate. So this is the, what is it called? So after you put in the rubble over there, after you do the rubble, put that in, then this is like the, what you put in the top, I think, and then you put the whatever you do after. Anyway, look at a massive pile of sand as well. Just about digging into it, but this is huge. Anyway, that's it for now. I think we've got enough blocks for the completion of the wall bit, and then they get on to the next bit. So it's very exciting. I can't wait for this to all be clear, all be gone. We're going to paint the stables and fill in all the holes and make it look presentable, make it look better, paint the doors again, and then I might even paint these fences. But they still look alright from when we painted them 3 or 4 years ago. See how I get on. Anyway, Simon is going to try and fix the tractor. He thinks if he can drill some holes and move something, it might work. So let's hope that works, because otherwise, yeah, that's not going to be very good, because that part we bought won't be any good. But let's hope tomorrow he can sort that out, and I will carry on in the garden putting flowers in and trimming. Okay. So it's been a bit of a strange day. The sky is now really lovely. Over this side it's lovely, but it is really cold still. I've had my coat on all day because when the sun goes in, the sun's now going over the mountain, it's freezing. It's really cold. It does not feel like summer at all. It feels like early springtime, like March, April. That's how it feels, the temperature. The poor plants, they're all these summer flowering plants. I don't know what they're thinking, the poor strawberries. And they're not getting enough sun. Not getting enough sun. Anyway, that's it for today. So please like and subscribe to my channel. Let me know how you're getting on in your garden. What's the weather like where you are? It's mental here. Yeah, anyway, I'm hoping it's going to be a nice day tomorrow, but it's supposedly supposed to rain. So we'll see, because I need to do more work, and Simon needs to fix the tractor tomorrow so we can get the grass cut, or the field, or do something, because at the moment we're running out of grass comb implements. They're all breaking. Typical. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please give me a like and a thumbs up, and I'll see you again in the next video. Bye for now. Bye.